So now it's the Note 9's turn to be compared to the S10 Plus. And this one's going to be interesting because this year's S phone is more Note-like than ever. It's boxy like the Note with sharp corners, it's less pebble-like now. It's got a screen size that matches that of the Note at 6.4 inches. It's even a better panel, believe it or not. It also matches the Note in RAM at 8 gigs, and it has a massive battery too, that's actually slightly larger than the Note's. Of course, the Note is still the bigger, beefier device. It's heavier, the corners are still sharper. It's got those really nice looking chamfered edges, it has a better positioned power button, and it's got the almighty S Pen. We'll talk about that in a little bit. It's funny, last year a lot of people were saying that the S9 Plus was basically a Note without the S Pen. While there was a bit of truth to that, now the differentiating gap between the S and the Note is even smaller. And with the questions, should I upgrade from the Note 9 to the S10 Plus, or which one of these should I buy, you may be surprised with the answer to those questions. The Note has always been that big, strong beast of a phone that stood head and shoulders above the rest. It was made for people that want to get stuff done. It was a power user's dream. Now it's still a power user's dream and everything, but the S10 Plus is that type of phone too, thanks to that bigger battery, the RAM count, the huge improved display, faster wireless charging, better sounding speakers, and it's the newer phone, so obviously it's got a newer, faster, better optimized processor. After using the S10 Plus since release and then picking up the Note again, I was reminded that although these phones are closer than ever, the Note is still in a class of its own. While that may seem pretty obvious to you, for a lot of consumers that may not be the case. The S10 Plus is currently my main phone. I really enjoy it and I think it's excellent. But I've been asked by people I know personally if they should upgrade from their Note 9 to the S10 Plus, and I tell them probably not. Why is that? See, at the beginning of this year, I revisited the Note 9 5 months after its release. It's now been 8 months since it came out, and it's still a beast of a phone, as it should be. But not only that, the Note already has a lot of what makes the S10 great, and some would even say some of its features are better than what the S10 has. Aside from the things I mentioned earlier, the S10 did bring in a few other changes, pretty much all of the same things that I mentioned in the previous S9 comparison. The fingerprint scanner, the Infinity O display, no more iris scanning, and one thing I didn't mention, that pressure sensitive home button, which to be honest, I kind of miss. So just like with the S9, the S10's screen makes the Notes seem a bit outdated, but not in a bad way at all. Most general consumers don't care, but of course, us tech geeks do care. Every bezel millimeter counts, right? What's not dated are the backs of my phones, and that's thanks to this video sponsor, dbrand. I've got the Black Matrix and Black Swarm skins here. You can check these and other skins they have to offer using the link in the description. So yes, for a lot of people, that rear-mounted physical fingerprint scanner is preferable, and understandably so. For some, it's positioning. For some, it's the swipe down gesture for the notification shade, and for most, it's accuracy. The omission of the iris and intelligent scanning was a bit sad, especially since they were more secure than the current, not so secure 2D face unlock. That just shows how much Samsung really wants us to use their new ultrasonic fingerprint scanner, which to be honest isn't that bad when you get used to it, but I'd be lying to you if I said it's perfect and just works every single time. Even though these phones are very similar to one another, they're still separated into different classes, and that is thanks to none other than, the S Pen. This is what makes the Note the Note. This is what sets it apart from every other top tier phone out there. There's nothing like it, and I love it. But here's the thing, while I love being able to sign documents, doodle, use it like a mouse, and just mess around with it, it's not something I can't live without. It's one of those things that I love when I have it, but I don't miss it when I don't have it. It's really up to the user whether or not this is a deciding factor. Nonetheless, it is still a great accessory that I hope lives on forever. Now, about the cameras, there really isn't much to say here since the Note's cameras are pretty much the same ones found in the S9. But a quick summary would be the S10's cameras are definitely better. The difference is noticeable with regular shots, but not by so much to the point where you need to drop one set for the other. Just like with the S9, the biggest differentiating factors are the S10's ultra-wide-angle lens, better video stabilization, and 4K recording with the front-facing camera. The S10's cameras are undoubtedly more versatile with the extra lenses, and overall they take some great shots. But on the flip side, so do the Notes. Should you upgrade from the Note 9 to the S10 Plus? Well, like I said earlier, probably not, especially if you're comfortable where you're at. If you don't have either and are deciding between the two, which one should you get? Ultimately, I unsurprisingly recommend the S10 Plus. Its new and improved, incredible looking display, faster processor, excellent battery life and performance, and upgraded cameras make it the best Android phone out right now. However, the Note 9 is still a special phone. It too has an incredible display. It too has excellent battery life and performance, and while it may not have a refined Infinity O display, 2 extra cameras, an ultrasonic fingerprint reader, and the ability to wirelessly charge other devices, it has little things that might even be considered better than what the S10 has. And of course, it has this awesome little clicky stylus that adds a whole new dimension of use cases for a phone, use cases you can't get anywhere else. To add on to all of this, the real kicker is the fact that you can pick up a Note 9 online for nearly half of what it costs to grab an S10 Plus. I feel that in addition to this speaking to just how close the S10 Plus is to being a Note-like device, it also speaks to how close the Note 9 is to Samsung's very best, well over half a year later. These are 2 fantastic devices, and you can't go wrong either way. If you're looking for a fresh design, versatility, new and refined features, go for the S10 Plus. If you're looking to save nearly half a grand, yet you still want raw power and tons of features, go for the Note 9. Either choice is a win in my book. So what do you guys think of the Note 9 and the S10 Plus? Go ahead and drop your thoughts down below. As always, we love to see your feedback. But anyway, that does it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to hit that like button, subscribe to the Android Police channel if you're new. I will talk to you guys later, and thank you so much for watching.